Okay, so we're recording now. Okay, so I'm showing this is my current business credit score. Business credit score 27. That's horrible. We need an 80 in order to be approved for the for SBA loan. Okay. How do you improve it? Well, number one, do not have late payment. You see, I have one late payment right here. Okay. Number two, anybody who you ever done business with, you put them here. I'm gonna show you an example. Okay. And if you have good friends, you can do this too. So for example, my supplier or financial company name. Carlo, what's your company name?
365 Home Development.
365 Home Development.
Change the name, the number.
365.
Incorporated.
Okay, what's your address?
This one is 2700 Glaze Circle,
How do you spell that?
Glades. Yeah, Circle. Western Florida 33327.
Phone number.
954 826 0380.
Email.
365 homedevelopment@gmail.com.
You got a website?
No, not for this one. No.
Okay, so for these purposes, we're gonna do 1990. Okay. Account contact, we're gonna put Carlo. What's your last name?
Medina.
Okay, when I press submit, I want you guys to read this, okay? Experian cannot guarantee that your supplier financial vendor will report your data to Experian and therefore cannot guarantee that additional trade and payment information will become available for display on your report in the future. The vendor must be willing to provide their full portfolio of accounts receivable information, not just a request business owner account. Certain suppliers may not qualify for Experian payment information submission program. Experian relationships with its trade contributors are confidential. Experian cannot confirm if when the vendor has agreed to become an Experian data contributor. I understand. Okay, and then we do submit. So what is it? What are they gonna do? They're gonna call Carlo. Okay, and they're gonna say, "Hey, Carlos, have you done business with Arturo?" Yes, I done business with Arturo. Okay, great. How much of business have you done? Oh, I did $10,000, $250,000, 200. Oh, okay. Can you show proof? Okay, so he'll submit a receipt and invoice something. Okay, now I used to do this through Dun& Bradstreet. I did it back in 2016. Okay, what did Dun & Bradstreet does? Dun & Bradstreet charged me $4,500 or $4,300, I can't remember, in order for them to call businesses that I done business with. Okay, all they're doing is verifying. They get somebody from the Philippines and they're gonna call Carlo. Hey, Carlo, do you know Blue Bay Rentals? Oh yeah, I know Blue Bay Rentals. Okay. You don't business with him? Yes. Okay. How much has he paid you before? Oh, he paid me $50,000 for this. Oh, okay, great. Do you have any proof? Yeah. Okay, I'll send it to you to this email. Great. Boom. And then they have that person go in there manually input it. Okay, so that is called a trade line. Okay, that is called a trade line. This Experian business is a private institution. It has nothing to do with the government. It's a private institution. Okay, this is they get paid. I mean, I pay $200 to have this. Okay, for you guys to see this. Now here you can see it says commercial card. That's a credit card on my business account. Okay, which business are this? To be honest, I'm not sure. I'm waiting for them to respond. Okay, but if when they call Carlos and say, yeah, I done business with him, he submits proof that he's done business with me, it's gonna be added as a trade line in here. Okay, if you notice, look, UCC filing, this is another way to add up trade lines, quote unquote. Okay, terminated, amended, terminated, file. Okay, they're waiting for those to report. Okay, total file 3, July, December 2024. Okay, total release 4. The whole point for this is for them to say, hey, you are a good payee. Okay, you are a good payee. We trust you. So now you're going to get a score of 80 or whatever it is. Okay, whatever they give you. Okay, this is how you raise your business credit score.
So adding more trade lines like that.
Yes, you need more trade lines like that. That means that, I mean, you need more friends or you need more people who you buy product from. You know, you can literally put in here Home Depot since you do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The chances of them calling Home Depot, they'll call them, but they will never get through because there's a guy in the Philippines doing this type of work. Okay, guys, but this is how you input trade lines. Okay, it is a pay system. You do have to make a payment for it. Okay, I mean, it does cost money. Okay, average benchmark score for other business in your industry, 44. So I'm below average on this. Okay,
But it's also because of the type of business, right? The NICIS.
Correct. So they compare them with other businesses. So I'm on the management field. Okay, my NCIS number is management. Okay, business type is corporation. That's wrong. It's LLC. Okay, date of incorporation 10/7/2015. So this gives me close to 10 years. I'm 9.5 years. Okay. What I can tell you guys is, I don't know if you guys heard Patrick Bet-David's podcast the other day. Guys, the United States is going to go into a recession. Okay, it's going to go into a major recession. I want to say, in my opinion, it's sometime next year. Okay, sometime next year, in my opinion, the US is going to go to a recession. If you guys can get money, go ahead and try to get some money from anywhere, however you can. Whether it's personal guarantee or no personal guarantee, you guys should be trying to get as much money and get ready for this. Okay, also, Miguel, you got people that are renting your place, you know, make sure you're vetting people out correctly. Okay. Why? Because that's what you're gonna survive out of. You know, a lot of people can make a lot of money. Dude, I'm expecting Bitcoin to drop to $10,000. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. That's why I haven't gotten in on it.
You're expecting it to drop to what?
To 10 grand.
Dang.
Okay, by next year. Okay, why? If you notice, I mean, I'm not an expert on the market, Miguel. I think you're better than in that than me. But if you're noticing that, I just noticed trends. Okay, guys, by the time it hits the public, what does always happen? It goes up a little bit and then it goes down with a matter of 2-3 months. Okay, you guys remember 2 months ago? Oh, Bitcoin is going up, right? It was at 80 something, and the same within 2 months, it went from 80 something to 91. People kept buying in. It went to 100. People kept buying in. It went to 107, 109. Now we're back at 80 something. Okay. You guys can understand that people who have the majority of the money in crypto are who? Big corporations, big hedge funds, corporations, BlackRock. Okay, and now we have, I mean, we've been having it for a while. El Salvador, the whole country of El Salvador. Okay, their backed up currency is Bitcoin. Okay, and if you guys notice what's going on, they don't, for whatever reason, they don't want people to have money. Okay, and that's just what it is. People are greedy. Once you're making $1 million a day, you can care less about a lot of things. You just want power and domination. Okay, so when you see things with their eyes, You're not gonna let regular, Bob Schmo make $1 million or $2 million. You know what I'm saying? You're just not. You're gonna make them think they can make money, and then you're just gonna slowly, boom, cripple it. Okay. That's one. Number two, we're due for a recession. Okay, we're due for a recession. We haven't had it in a while. Number three, Trump is in office. They hate this guy. Trump is hated on, whether he's good or not. It's whatever. Okay. But with everything that's happening, with everything that's happening, in my opinion, we're going to see a recession by late next year, 2026. Okay. Because we're due for everything is,
cyclical.
yeah. So just be ready for that. That's what I always tell you guys. People come to me when they need money, and when they need money, it's already too late. Because they stop paying on their credit cards, they stop paying on their house, their credit goes to shit, they're not lendable. Okay, so try to get as much money as you can. It's not a crime to be in debt. That's what I want you guys to understand. It's business. I mean, Miguel, you've been in business for a little bit. Carlo, you've been in business for a little bit. You guys understand. Everybody has ups and downs. That's just how business. Everybody has ups and downs. Okay, and the mindset that you need in order to go through the whole stress. Okay, it makes you tough. It toughens you up. So once you see it a second time, it's not as bad. So when you're taking $1 million, $2 million, $3 million loan per se, and you lose it, does it suck? 1,000% it sucks. But guess what? It's not your money. Remember, the banks, okay, and this is something that, Carlos, you should know. If you make at least your first payment on your credit card or on a loan, their insurance kicks in. Okay, the bank is insured.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The bank is insured. The bank is insured. If the bank failed for whatever reason, what happened to the Lehman Brothers? In 2008, the government bailed them out.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you guys is get as much money as you can out. Try to invest it on whatever you guys see most fit. It is not a crime to be in debt. It's not a crime to be in debt. Okay, that's what I can tell you guys. It's not a crime to be in debt. Invest in you, in knowledge, invest in learning, because that's, at the end of the day, you got yourself out of a hole, and if you come back to the hole again, you can get yourself out. The second time is easier. It might seem like hell, it might seem like, but trust me, the second time is easier. So this is why I'm showing you guys, hey, fix your business credit score. Okay. Right now, I purchased about 10H corporations. I already got rid of 8. Okay. There's 2 more that I have left. Why? Dude, and I'll tell you the banks that I'm going through. Okay. I actually have a list right here of the banks that I'm going through. Okay. And for whoever wants to write it down, or when I post it on YouTube, they can see it. These are the banks that are lending without you showing paperwork. Okay, there are small banks, but they're giving money. So number 1 is Addition Financial. Number 2, ViStar Credit Union.
Yeah, I know that one.
3, PNC. 4, Capital Application. So Capital Application is to get a line of credit. Okay, so I can tell you guys, if any of you have close to $200,000 on trade lines, okay, how can you get a no personal guarantee? You freeze your
bureaus.
credit score. Yes. And then they pull your EIN.
So you said I only got ViStar and PNC, which I have accounts in both of them.
Addition Financial.
Okay. And you're saying that it's no docs?
Correct. It's no docs if you have 200 or close to 200,000 on trade lines.
Wow. So that's the key, man. That's the key because I don't know.
Yes.
I have accounts with Bystar and they always ask for docs.
Yes. If you have close to $200,000 on trade lines, okay, you can, and you freeze your personal credit bureaus.
Yeah.
They'll pull from your EIN. When they pull from your EIN, they'll see your trade lines. Okay, so how are we doing it? We're getting about 25K on credit cards and $100,000 to $150,000 on a line of credit. Okay, and what am I doing? I'm showing these people, I'm showing them, hey, this is the business that I have. Okay, right now I'll rephrase this. They did ask us for a preliminary tax return for these businesses.
Yeah.
Okay, not submitted, a preliminary.
Right.
Okay, what does that mean? Hey, and this is also, and Miguel, this also works for you. Preliminary means, hey, what are you going to claim? Because they know it's still early in the year and a lot of them haven't done their taxes. Okay, so preliminary means, hey, okay, this is what I'm showing, this is what I'm reporting on my on my on my tax returns. Okay, so with a preliminary tax returns and close to $200,000 on trade lines, you guys can go ahead and do a no personal guarantee, no personal guarantee credit cards. Okay, no personal guarantee credit cards. All it means is if the business fails, they're gonna put a lien against the business, not against your name. Because remember, they only pull your EIN, not your social security. Okay, they do need to verify who owns the business. They gotta make sure that that person is a U.S. citizen. But other than that, that's how you get no personal guarantee credit cards. Okay, and lines of credit. Okay, for SBA, like I explained earlier, for SBA, we need this business credit score to hit an 80. Okay, so I already submitted the paperwork about a week ago. We need this to hit an 80, and my personal credit needs to hit close to 700. 10% down, you can go with the SBA.
And you're saying 10% down, but this is also based on an asset or something. So if you have if you have 80 already, and you
Okay.
have 700, how you
So,
what?
so let me see if I have it. Oh, hold on.
Are you asking like what are they lending on? Like a
Right.
business?
If there's a collateral or to just lend you the 10%, I'm assuming is because you're giving some sort of advance.
No, 10% because they want you to have skin in the game. So if you're buying something,
Right, right.
okay,
So
and
basically, it's almost like a pre-approval letter, like a car loan check. Like here, you're pre-approved for this amount as long as you cover the 10%.
correct.
And here's the check, but you need to put it towards something that
They don't give it to you; they give it directly to
right.
the
It's just
institution.
yeah, yeah, just like when you get a car loan. Yeah, so there's a collateral on it.
Correct. That's a clock. Okay, so for example, this is the one that I submitted. Okay, initial cost 60K per unit, one-time payment. This is the truck. Okay, what does this cover? Down payment for the truck, automatic transmission, ensures easier. Okay, administrative costs, federal road taxes, truck trailer pre-road inspection, license plate registration and cab car, initiating the leasing agreement. Okay, what are we getting? Make model Freightliner 18-wheeler year 2019, 2020 on a lease to own structure. Okay, lease term 5 years. Okay, and then I gotta show the contract that I have with the company. Okay, ongoing cost 700 per week on the truck when the truck is running. So after 5 years, I go ahead and own the truck. Okay, so out of the 60K, I gotta put in 6 grand. You see what I'm saying? So what does that mean? If they give me $500,000, I'm sorry, if they give me $5 million, I gotta put in $500,000, 500,000, because they want me to have skin on the game on this. Why? 6,000 per unit, $5 million. I haven't done my math yet, but it's over 100 units. Okay, and I do have to have a 10% down invested in. So that's what they're asking. Okay, they also asked me for a profit and loss statement. I'm gonna show you guys a profit and loss statement. Profit and loss statement, guys. I did it through ChatGPT. Okay, so ChatGPT pretty much gave me the frame and the structure. Okay, and then what I did is I went through my bank statements and I had to verify all these payments. Okay, so I'll give you an example. 9/10/24. Okay, this is the big number of the truck that I have on the road right now.
Mm-hmm.
Weekly revenue, 1950. Okay. Weekly revenue, 1950. Rental expense, $700. Net profit weekly, 1250, and I gotta pay 10% to the dispatch. Okay, so total for that month, I made 5,850. 2,100 went to rent the truck for the lease to own. I profited $3,750. Okay, minus the dispatch fee, which is $375 for those 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Monthly, $33.75. Okay,
Mhm.
for 3 weeks.
Right.
And that's my VIN, and I have the documents to back it.
Yeah.
Okay, then I go to the next month. That's when the 2 trucks hit. Okay, the 2 trucks hit. Hey, I'm making $3,900 a week. That
Mhm.
means $15,600 a month minus the rental. Because remember, I'm paying $700 per truck. Okay, 5,600. I profited $10,000. The dispatch company, they charge $1,000. So that month I made 9 grand. Okay, and so on and so on and so on. So then here I put in when the 2 trucks started running. You see, so by December I already had all 4 of them running. Okay, and I separated them by the bins.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So, hey, now I have four of them running, and pretty much I just gotta make sure people are getting paid and things are running smooth. Okay, the one thing about the trucking industry, since we're doing a lease to own, if something happens to the truck, guess what? I get another truck within 72 hours. Okay, if something happens to the driver, hey, the dispatch company puts another driver. Okay, that's how I have this thing set up. You see what I'm saying? So your profit and loss statement, hey, you can have ChatGPT do it. Okay, you have ChatGPT do it, and then you just verify the number. So I put active bins, and dude, to be honest, I told ChatGPT, hey, this bin hit first from this day to this day. I wanted to get paid weekly, 1950. My rental expense, 700 a week. And then I paid 10% off of that to the dispatch.
Yeah.
Then it spit out. I will say it was 80% complete. Okay, I did have to go back and verify the dates.
Mm.
Okay, so I just came back and changed the dates, and then I added what says total for the month of September, total for the month of October, total for the month of November, December, and January. Okay, so this is something else that the SBA is looking for.
Okay.
Profit and loss statement. Then they ask you for bank statements to see if it matches. You see what I'm saying? So that's what they're looking for. Hey, is what you're telling me matches your bank statement, what came in? You know,
Well, loan.
exactly. That's why I had to make sure that the weeks were correct, that the dates were correct. Okay, that's pretty much. I mean, it's very, very simple. So that's the P&L. Okay, this is another thing that they asked me for. Okay, and guys, look at it. So many people will say, "Oh, I don't have the perfect credit score right now to start an SBA loan, or I don't have the business credit. I don't know how to do it." I'm showing you guys how you can do it. I don't have my business credit score ready. Okay, I didn't have my P&L. That thing was finished today. We started it last week, and then I had to do a lot of work, jumping between calls and doing this. Okay, but is it worth it for me to get a couple mil and then dump it into what I'm doing? Of course, it's worth it. It just takes a little bit of work. You see what I'm saying? So this is,
So, quick question, bro. So they look at this income, this total net profit, to determine whether you can make the minimum payments or the monthly payments.
exactly, yes. And let me tell you something. Every bank is different. So the SBA doesn't give you the money.
Right.
Okay, what are they doing? They're guaranteeing the bank that if I fail to make a payment, guess what? The SBA will back that loan up.
It's like FHA, like an FHA loan.
It's like an FHA, like a VA loan. Yep, same thing. Okay, hey, if I don't make the payment, they already covered. That's why people scramble to give out FHA loans, because why? I mean, hey, I'll give you $300,000 if you don't pay me back. Somebody else is already gonna pay me back. So the SBA is the same thing. The SBA doesn't give you the money directly. Okay, you can shop around. So what is the trick to get this thing pushed? Okay, I will tell you, do not go through your bank in Brickell to get this SBA one approved. Why? Because they have a lot of business. But maybe if you go to a bank in, I don't know, Okeechobee, or a bank in Naples, or a bank in somewhere where they don't have a lot of business, guess what? They're more than likely to push your document forward. Okay, so you also have to be strategic about, hey, who are you going to do the SBA loan through? Okay, if you're doing it to people that have a lot of business, guess what? They're going to take their time. Like right now, we're doing redoing Miguel's taxes. The guy has a lot of business, so what he does, he already got paid, so he's pushing it back, pushing it back. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with the SBA. Okay, if you go through a bank, and it doesn't have to be necessarily a bank. Okay, the SBA is your guarantor. That's it. The SBA is only your guarantor. So each bank has different prerequisites. Okay, they don't necessarily ask you to come up with the 10%, but it's at their discretion. They can make adjustments if they haven't had a lot of business, a lot of SBA loans. You know what I'm saying? Because they're on the business of giving out money. You know what I'm saying? So it's very simple, guys. Those are the prerequisites. I'm just sending the documents as they ask me, as they ask them for. Okay, hey, we need to know how much is this unit. If you're not buying it, where this money going to? Hey, okay, 60K per unit. This is the breakdown. Yeah, I gotta come out with 10% of that for the trucks. Okay, hey, I need to see your profit and loss statement. Okay, profit and loss statement. The other thing they asked me for was a pro forma. Hey, we're dumping $1 million every month. How the pro forma looks. Okay, and we can probably do it right now. Look, and I want you guys to see how simple it is with ChatGPT. Okay, let me. Okay.
So is this the best? Is the best way to go about this just to walk into one of these banks and just start the conversation and see what they require?
The way I'm doing it is I'm going through a broker. Okay, so I am paying a broker fee of 4%. Okay, you can go directly. There is no fee. Go directly. All the broker. Okay, so I'm paying so best case scenario, 4% of $1 million, 40K goes to the broker. That comes out of the top of what they give me. Okay, you guys can avoid it by going direct to the bank. I choose a broker, okay, for different reasons. Like, for example, I didn't know that the SBA was only the guarantor. Number two, I didn't know that if I walk, to let's say Chase in Brickell, my paperwork will probably take 6 months, 10 months to close. Why? Because they have a lot of business. They don't really care about you. They're not getting paid per application. They get paid the same. They probably get a little more bonus at the end, another gift, $300 gift. Okay, I didn't know that. So these things that I'm letting you guys know is what's coming from the broker that I'm going through. He's like, hey, I'm looking for a bank in this area where there's not a lot of business, and I want them to give me their best underwriting guidelines. You see what I'm saying? So I don't mind paying the 4%. I don't mind paying $40,000 per mil. Okay, you guys can save that money by going straight to the bank. Hey, go to a rural area. Go straight to the bank. Hey, these are my documents. I'm looking do you guys do SBA loans? I'm already letting you guys know what it is that you guys need, but you guys can right now shop around banks. It's not only one bank. There's hundreds of banks that are giving this
Smaller
out.
banks, the smaller banks, they are hungry for business because they, like you said, they literally have to make money, and there's a lot of traffic. They're gonna appreciate this guy, your contact, your broker, to bring business to them.
Exactly.
Now,
So
just to clarify, on these loans, they function just like any other loan. As soon as you get the money, the clock starts ticking, right? The interest starts kicking in. It's not like a HELOC where you pay only when you use it.
Correct. Yes, that's how they function. I wouldn't, Miguel, I'll tell you something, dude. I will get $5 million, dump it into the stock market. Worst comes to worst, you go bankrupt, but in 7 years, if you do what you've done before, you're gonna have 2-3 times more than what you put in. So you put in 5 amps, you're gonna have 15 amps. Okay, then to make people whole, pay them back off, you still keep the upside. What I'm trying to tell you guys is, do not be afraid of taking this risk, because if you don't take risks, you're not gonna get out of where you guys at. You have to take risks. Don't be scared of, oh my God, I'm $1 million in debt, and you're like, in your mind, you're already drained. Because in your mind, especially us being Hispanic, guess what? No debt. Let's buy everything cash. They have money for rainy days. So it's a mindset game.
yeah, the fact that you can acquire money, especially in the millions, that means there's an ability that most people don't have, and that's a good thing, because if you go bankrupt, you know how to raise it again. So the skill that takes for you to raise that kind of money is gonna serve you in any economy.
Correct. But guys, you guys can buy properties cash, okay, and then sell it for an extra 5-10% on top. And if you're on the computer 24/7, hey, I got $5 million I gotta use, buy, sell.
Yeah, you always make money on the spread. So basically, if the banks give you $1 billion, you buy all this multifamily, you make 5% of the revenue
Exactly.
of $1 billion. That's just enough to have a comfortable life.
Correct. Okay, so you saw, right? You saw the credit score that you need. You saw my P&L. Okay, and the other thing that they asked me, hey, how much is per unit and the breakdown? Okay, now I'm gonna ask, and I want to do this live with you guys. ChatGPT to do a pro forma. Okay, so this is how easy it is. Then I just grab it. Okay, I do copy paste to a Word or copy paste to Excel. Okay, and then fix it. So I'll say, look, with my number, okay, can you write me a pro forma where my trucking business is making $1,950 a week. It has an expense of $700 a week for the rental of the truck, and it has 10% of the leftover for this patch, comma. Make a pro forma if I am injecting $1 million a month for 5 months. Okay. So it says analyzing.
So can you explain the last part of that? So make a pro forma if I'm injecting $1 million a month for 5 months. So the
Correct.
first part of it is what your revenue is right now. And what's that last part?
Okay. So I wrote, can you write me a pro forma? Pro forma is how do I believe this is going to perform
It's a
in the
projection.
future? Projection, same thing. Pro
Yeah.
forma projection, okay? The bank calls it pro forma for whatever reason, okay? Where my trucking business is making $1,150 a week, it has an expense of $700 a week for the rent of the truck, and it has 10% of the leftover for the dispatch. Make it pro forma if I'm injecting $1 million a month for 5 months. So that means today I put $1 million. Today is
Yeah.
26.
Yeah, it's a contribution, and how much that investment is gonna perform, basically. That's just what it is.
Exactly. So look,
How is that $1 million is gonna be performing under that business? Does
correct.
it perform?
Okay, look, month one, I'm able to acquire 20 trucks, total revenue 156,000, rental expense 56,000, dispatch fee 10,000, net profit 90K. That's with $1 million. Okay, I'm making 90K a month. Okay, something that I will need to add, and this is something that I'm obviously I'm gonna do it more time tomorrow. I want you guys to have a feel of it. Okay, can you add that there is a delay in payment for 8 weeks in order to get the truck license and road ready?
Yeah, so it's gonna be interruption in cash flow during that
Exactly.
time.
Exactly. So look what it did. First month, active truck 0.
Right.
I already injected
Yep.
million. Okay. Second, 40 trucks, still no profit. Third month, okay, 20 trucks kick in, right? 156,000. I'm still making 90K. The fourth month, 40 trucks already kicked in. I'm making 312,000, rental expense 112,000, dispatch fee 20 grand. Okay, net profit 180K. The fifth month of the rent, okay, the fifth month, 100 trucks that I should be having, active trucks 60, total revenue close to $500,000, I'll make 270K a month. Okay, now I'll tell you the discrepancy on this that I see right now. Okay, so right here we are at a 60, so we need 2 more months. So we need month 6 and 7, how it will look. Okay, so I can ask, can you show me how this looks adding 2 more months? Adding 2 more months. Oh, no. Okay, can you show me how this looks
Month 6 and 7.
for 2 more months after the other trucks hit the road? Okay, bam. So now he gave us trucks 6 and 7. Okay, so with $5 million, I'm making net profit of $450,000. Okay, so this is closer to a pro forma. Okay, by month 7, all 100 trucks are fully operational. At full scale, the business generates $780,000 in a month with a net profit of $450,000 per month. You see what I'm saying? So
let me ask you this, bro. It might be a little bit of a different question, but like, so you're using a dispatch company to you're counting on the dispatch company to be able to get these trucks busy.
So the dispatch company is a dispatch that is made out of 7 other dispatches. Okay, so they use 7 other. There's hundreds of them. Okay, there's hundreds of dispatch companies, but this main one, they use it depending on our miles, on our dollar per mile. You see what I'm saying?
So I guess the question is like, is there any particular analysis or research you did to have the confidence that, hey, as soon as these trucks hit the road, they're gonna hit these numbers?
Yes. So this company in particular, if you notice, okay, we're making a week about $1,100 a week. Okay. Usually a week trucks make between $7,000 and $11,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those are the numbers. $7,000 and $11,000 a week. $1,100. Why? Because everybody who's with this company, all of our money goes into a pool for everybody to get paid the same. Okay, we reduce liability because we rent the trucks out. We don't own them until after year 5 if we want to own them.
Yeah. So what happened is that pool guarantees the fact that some trucks will generate more than others, and it guarantees whenever you have downtime.
Exactly.
Got it. So you trade profitability for certainty, which allows you to service the debt.
1,000%. Exactly.
Yeah, allows the business to have cash for the rainy days and keep it balanced.
Exactly. So the more, the better. You know, this company actually, you can disappear 40% of the trucks and everybody will still get paid $1,100 a week profit per truck.
Are you talking about the whole fleet, the whole thing?
Well, per truck.
Per truck.
Oh yeah, the whole thing, 40%. So if there's 100 trucks, and 40 goes out.
Correct. Mm-hmm. And there's right now there's over 1,200. There's over 1,200 trucks. Okay, and the way we have it set up is I cannot go to another rental company. I cannot go to another dispatch. Okay, so we all
exclusive. Yeah.
Not only exclusive, but we're all pushing each other together to grow. You see what I'm saying?
Got it. Yeah.
Because, hey, there are other companies that are giving about that you can rent our truck $600 a week. Okay, with a down payment that you can pay for 6 months. There's other trucking companies that, hey, there's no down payment. All you're doing is you're just paying your weekly.
Now, is the goal here you get a massive amount of trucks and then you sell off?
Exactly.
And got it. So really, this dispatch company is really like an insurance, like risk mitigating. That's really the business they're in.
Yeah, literally, they're making money just by managing funds. Because the dispatch, to be honest, there's trucks needed everywhere. Right now, there's construction companies that need things to be moved, and there's not enough trucks. Many of them are run by mom and pops. Okay, what are mom and pops doing? They're calling this company saying, hey, I got a truck, you got a delivery? You know what I'm saying? They're very, very behind. Okay, they're running things the old-fashioned way. So the trucking industry, and this is why I like trucking, because not only innovation will make it grow, but also people that are stuck in the past, they're just going to be out of business. You know, unfortunately, if they don't adapt, they're going to be out of business. But what happens when, you know, people are happy making $20,000, $30,000 a month. Okay, they get 3 trucks, $30,000 a month, 10,000 profit, and they don't mind sitting there and calling people, oh yeah, I got my truck, or oh yeah, I got this, and then they'll drive it. They're still doing it the old-fashioned way. For me, I'm looking at it as automation.
And more likely, some of these dispatch companies are going to prefer to use newer trucks, which I'm assuming you guys all have new trucks.
We do not. So the reason why is, so a new truck is about 200K. Okay, we're buying them for 60K. But what are we doing? We have the lease, another owner, they buy it on our behalf. And then they lease it to us for two things. Okay, number one, we're getting trucks that are 4 to 5 years old. Number two, reduces liability because we don't own it. That trucking company owns it. Number three, hey, if something happens to the truck,
Make sure
they
you look.
guarantee us that they'll replace the truck within 72 hours.
That's awesome.
So instead of me trying to make an extra $10,000 a month going fucking crazy, okay, dude, go make your extra 10 grand, and I want more hands off. You see what I'm saying? So just like you said, Miguel, it's a trade-off. Okay, it's a trade-off. What do you rather have, time or freedom? For me, it's freedom. Okay, I do not wanna keep being on the phone trying to make calls. That's not for me. I don't want to hire somebody to do that for $4,000 a month to make an extra $6,000. Why? Because that person is new. If they get fired, no. Hey, I'll just give it to a company. You deal with the BS. They have a lot of people doing it. All these people, all they're doing is calling all day to other dispatches. And there's a main dispatch, and then there's other dispatches. And we only do one route, which is, well, all the East Coast majority. So I happily give out 10 grand, 20 grand in order for me not to be bothered. Because if I was to run it as a business and as a, hey, let me run it to make an extra 10 grand, an extra $15,000, let me run it. I do not want, it's not worth it, at least for me, the way where I'm at right now, it's not worth it for me to sit on a computer, delegate things around, when I can, my dad said, hey, let's go to the beach tomorrow. No, I gotta work. That's not for
There's
me.
more like a passive income.
Quote unquote passive. Yes, quote unquote passive.
What do you have to do? What do you have to do? Basically, check on balances, get the notifications, or what hands-on you need to do in your side, or as an investor.
Hands-on as an investor, not a lot. Me, I mean, there is a back end, so we just gotta make sure that the trucks hit the road within 8 weeks, which right now, my boy that's bringing in a lot of investors, they're pushing people back. Okay. Other than that, just making things are running. That's it.
Yeah. No, but from the investor point of view, it takes 2 months.
Correct. 8 weeks.
Months. Yeah.
8 weeks. Once we set it up, it starts running. Even for me, that's more hands off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It only takes 8 weeks. Things get ready. The good thing about trucks and the good thing about the law with trucks is right now you can literally grab a license plate, and since these are cargo trucks, you can just get the license plate and call them and say, hey, we're gonna transfer this license plate to this big number, and that's it. So people can go. You can flow in and out. You can flow.
So this company, they get the driver. So you're not even dealing with drivers.
No, they get about 200, 250, 300 drive application for drivers, and they're all better.
It's kind of like owning a property and just having a property management company do the whole thing. You get a little bit of a drop in profit.
Exactly.
But
Miguel, if it makes you feel better, I'm investing a lot of money into the trucks because I see the value, and it really is unlike any other investment vehicle I've ever seen. So again, Arturo is pointing us in a super dope direction, as I'm sure you know. But I just want to step in because I know you got a lot of questions, but I had the same questions. It's really, really lucrative. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah, it is lucrative. So I am trading money for freedom. Okay, because instead of making $7 grand a week, okay, we're making 1,100 a week. Okay, instead of making, and out of, I mean, 7 to 11,000 gross, you're really making about $3,000. Okay, the driver makes a lot of money. The driver makes 20% of the whole thing. Okay, the driver makes 20% of the whole load. Okay, so we got drivers fucking bringing in $8,000 a week. Okay, that's what they're bringing in profit. Okay, obviously they are, they are licensed. They've been in the road. They've been in the game for 2+ years. They have their license for 2+ years. Okay, but they are bringing in a lot of money. They are bringing in, multiple six figures a year.
So,
Okay.
so the beauty of this is everybody shares. So some driver will be better than others, but then what happens is everything comes to an equilibrium. So some trucks also will be less productive, right, than others because of the mechanical issues possibly, but then you still get the same guaranteed. That's actually not bad at all.
Yes.
And then you can scale.
Correct. The way I see it is, hey, something happened to the truck, fucking change the truck. Take it to a mechanic. I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not gonna go flying there to see what the hell's going on. Okay, so that's why we're taking, instead of making $4,000 a week, okay, or $8,000 a week, we're only taking $1,000 a week. So this is for I mean, once you're a little bit more experienced with business, you appreciate time more than money. If I was to run, guys, with 4 trucks, I'll be honest, I could be making about $40,000 a month passive. I don't want to say passive, but hey, $40,000 a month without pretty much doing a lot. I choose not to do it. Why? Because I can travel. I love to travel. Next week I'm flying. I'm getting out of Peru. I'm going to Colombia, and then to Dubai. So it all depends how you see things, Anyway, guys, do you have any questions about the SBA loan, your credit? I know Lauren was
I
bothering
do.
a little bit late, but
I do, and
go ahead.
Arturo, I know we were talking about this in the previous last Wednesday. Okay. And sorry, I've had to put the camera down because I'm going back and forth from the office to the house. But my thing was because I have the 80 credit score and I have the over 700 personal. So what it will be for me to get the SBA loan? So I need to go to Bystar, which I do have accounts with them.
You gotta go to a bank. You gotta go to a bank.
Yeah.
Or on Google.
That offers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
Okay. So.
Because of what I told you.
No.
Area.
Right. I got account with Bystar. Bystar is a small credit union in North Florida. They have Jacksonville, Gainesville. I'm familiar with them. I have accounts with them. They're very generous. They gave me first day I walked in, they gave me a loan for a car, like a truck, $65,000 truck, and then I got a credit card that same day for $35,000, 0 interest for 12 months. Like they're very generous.
Which bank is that?
So, Bystar.
Oh, Bystar.
All the banks that you mentioned, Bystar Credit Union.
Yeah.
So I have a relationship with them, but anyway, so considering that I have all the score and the personal and the business, the only thing I need is the 200,000 in trade lines, and I need to build those. I guess Home Depot. I mean, Home Depot I spend more than $500,000, so I'm not sure if they can get the trade
200,000
on my file.
Bro,
200,000 in trade lines. Is that what you said?
Close to 200,000 in trade, because he spent 200,000.
Yeah, I spend over 200,000 a year on Home Depot.
Yeah, so
go
on your Experian business. Okay, go on your Experian business and type in the Home Depot, and on their notes, just give them your account info.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
that's the best thing I can do. I can tell you what I
Yeah.
did. I called a couple friends from Tampa, okay, and they're doing this thing for me on this one. Okay, getting trade lines
Okay.
on H corporations, we're paying big money for that. Okay, at least I'm paying big money for that.
Yeah.
So those are the two. You guys have any questions about the trucking or the SBA or your paydex score?
Yes, sir. Hi, first of all. My question was, I know that you're recording this, and I know that we missed last week too. Where are you putting the recordings? Are they on YouTube, or would you be able to send them to us directly?
I will put it on YouTube. I'll put this one on YouTube.
Okay, cool. Because I really wanted to learn about the SBA loans and everything. Apologies we came late. We just came back from Bible study. But I definitely want to be able to touch up on this, be able to